Thank you to them and their ownership group, and to the 2025 Commissioner Cup champion, Indiana Fever.
On Tuesday, May 27, 2025, the Women's National Basketball Association, WNBA, publicly released its findings regarding an investigation into allegations of racist fan behavior that supposedly occurred during a high-stakes game between the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky on May 17, 2025, at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. The incident attracted national attention after social media posts and sports commentators suggested that racially charged remarks were directed at Chicago Sky forward Angel Reese, following a hard foul committed by Indiana Fever rookie Caitlin Clark. The altercation, highlighted by Clark's aggressive play and Reese's immediate reaction, quickly snowballed into a broader conversation about racial bias, gendered expectations in women's sports, and the cultural dynamics that have surrounded both players throughout their collegiate and professional careers. In a detailed statement, the WNBA stated that they conducted a comprehensive investigation into the matter, involving input and testimonies from multiple sources including courtside fans, team and arena staff, security personnel, as well as reviews of game footage and audio recordings. Based on all available evidence, the league concluded that it could not substantiate the claim of racist behavior. Based on the information gathered to date, including from relevant fans, team, and arena staff, as well as audio and video review of the game, we have not substantiated it, the league announced. The WNBA emphasized its commitment to maintaining a safe, inclusive, and respectful environment for all players, fans, and staff, reiterating its policy of zero tolerance toward hate speech or discriminatory conduct. The controversy stemmed from a moment during the third quarter of the game when Caitlin Clark, a standout rookie with a massive fan following, delivered a hard foul on Angel Reese as Reese attempted to secure a rebound. The foul was later reviewed and upgraded to a flagrant one, although not classified as malicious. Reese initially responded with visible frustration, prompting officials to assess a technical foul against her as well, marking a flashpoint in what was already a tense and emotionally charged game. This was not merely about a physical play, tapped into a deeper narrative. Caitlin Clark, a white player known for her deep shooting range and flair for dramatics, has often been portrayed by mainstream media as the savior of women's basketball, while Angel Reese, a black player with a bold personality and unapologetic on-court swagger, has frequently been the target of criticism for behavior that is often celebrated in male athletes. During the NCAA women's tournament the previous year, similar conversations had erupted when Reese made a celebratory gesture that was widely criticized, only for Clark to make a similar gesture in a separate game without the same public backlash. These disparities, which many viewed through the lens of race and gender, continued into their professional careers. Following the incident on May 17, several social media users alleged that racist slurs had been hurled at Reese from fans sitting courtside. One ESPN personality, Chinny Ogwimik, amplified the claim on national television, citing unnamed sources. However, when the WNBA's investigation concluded without finding any supporting evidence, Ogwumik later issued a public apology, stating that her intention was never to spread misinformation but to amplify concerns she believed were credible. Other commentators, like Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports, criticized the league for what they saw as an overreaction, accusing the media of manufacturing controversy in an already racially sensitive sports climate. The WNBA, however, stood by its decision to investigate thoroughly, citing its commitment to player safety and public trust. League Commissioner Kathy Engelbert reaffirmed that all claims of discrimination, no matter how unverified, deserve to be treated with seriousness and urgency, both to protect players and to ensure the integrity of the sport. In addition, the Indiana Fever released a separate statement praising the decorum of their fans and affirming that Gainbridge Fieldhouse has a history of providing a respectful and family-friendly atmosphere. Chicago Sky, for their part, expressed support for Reese and also commended the WNBA for conducting a swift and transparent investigation. Reese herself did not directly accuse anyone of racism during or after the game. In her post-game comments, she acknowledged the foul as part of the competitive nature of professional basketball, calling it just a basketball play, a sentiment echoed by Caitlin Clark as well, who said she respects Reese as a competitor. Still, the fact that such an investigation became necessary at all speaks to the volatile intersection of sports, race, media, and fandom in modern America. Reese and Clark represent more than just opposing teams, they are emblematic of the cultural divides that exist in how female athletes, especially those of different racial backgrounds, are perceived and treated. This incident also underscores the challenges the WNBA faces as it continues to grow in visibility and market share. The league has experienced a surge in popularity, driven in large part by a new generation of stars like Clark, Reese, Cameron, Brink, and others who bring collegiate stardom, corporate endorsements, and immense social media followings into the professional arena. But with increased visibility comes increased scrutiny, and the league must navigate the often murky waters of fan behavior, media narratives, and social justice. The WNBA's Fan Code of Conduct explicitly prohibits any form of discriminatory or hateful speech, whether verbal, physical, or digital. In recent years, the league has launched several initiatives to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion, including the No Room for Hate campaign and regular unconscious bias training for team and arena staff. These policies were put to the test in the aftermath of the May 17th game, and while the league found no evidence of wrongdoing this time, officials insist they will remain vigilant in protecting their players and fans from harmful behavior. Meanwhile, the public reaction has been mixed. Some fans believe the league acted appropriately, erring on the side of caution by launching an investigation even in the absence of concrete proof. Others feel the media spotlight and speculative commentary may have unjustly maligned a loyal fan base. Still, most agree that the incident offers a valuable case study in how professional sports organizations can and should respond to allegations of misconduct. As for Reese and Clark, the incident appears to have done little to dampen their competitive spirits. Both players continue to be central figures in the 2025 WNBA season, with their teams vying for playoff positions and their personal rivalry adding spice to every matchup. Their dynamic, complex, and occasionally contentious relationship has captivated fans and brought new attention to the league. In many ways, their story encapsulates the growing pains and progress of women's professional basketball, a league striving to define itself, protect its athletes, and champion social justice, even as it competes for relevance in a crowded sports landscape. Whether this episode will have lasting impact on policy or public perception remains to be seen, but for now, it serves as a reminder of the broader responsibilities that come with fame, fandom, and the fight for equity in sports.
Thanks. And to present the hardware to the Indiana Fever for their Commissioner's Cup Championship, here's the Commissioner, Kathy Engelbert.
Shortly after the WNBA officially concluded its investigation into the allegations of racist fan behavior during the Indiana Fever vs. Chicago Sky game on May 17, 2025, at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, a process that included thorough reviews of audio, video footage, fan reports, team statements, and on-site testimonies, the Indiana Fever organization publicly expressed their appreciation for the league's swift and comprehensive approach. In a formal statement released to the media, the Fever commended the WNBA's dedication to due process, transparency, and fairness, stating, "We appreciate the swift and thorough process undertaken by the WNBA to investigate these allegations, which were not substantiated." Their message went on to reaffirm the franchise's commitment to fostering an inclusive and respectful atmosphere at their home venue, adding, "At Gainbridge Fieldhouse, we are committed to providing the best possible basketball experience for players and fans where hate speech has absolutely no place." The incident had generated significant media attention and online discussion after social media users and certain commentators alleged that racially charged remarks were made by a small group of fans toward Chicago Sky forward Angel Reese after a flagrant foul incident involving Indiana Fever rookie Caitlin Clark. While the league ultimately found no evidence supporting the claims, the situation ignited a broader dialogue around player safety, racial bias, and the responsibilities that teams and leagues share in protecting athletes both on and off the court. The WNBA's investigation, which the league emphasized was conducted with urgency and integrity, involved multiple perspectives, from court-level security personnel and arena staff to fans seated near the alleged incident. Simultaneously, league officials scrutinized in-arena surveillance video, BROADCAST footage, and in-game audio recordings to determine the presence or absence of any discriminatory or hostile fan behavior. Their conclusion, released on May 27, stated that while the concerns had been taken seriously and thoroughly explored, No substantiating evidence was found to support the accusation. The Fever's response was seen not only as a defense of their fanbase's conduct, but also as a testament to their values as a franchise deeply integrated in the Indianapolis community, a city and organization that takes pride in being both passionate about basketball and welcoming to people from all walks of life. Meanwhile, on the other side of the controversy, the Chicago Sky issued their own carefully worded response. Just ahead of Tuesday night's matchup against the Phoenix Mercury, Sky interim head coach Tyler Marsh addressed the media, thanking the WNBA for treating the matter with the seriousness it deserved. "We appreciate the investigation being done," Marsh said, adding, "and we hope that the league continues to make the steps necessary moving forward to ensure a safe environment for everyone, all players included." He concluded his remarks by saying, "But tonight, the focus is on the game, a nod to the team's effort to move forward and shift public attention back to basketball after days of distraction, tension, and speculation." Marsh's comments reflected the broader sentiment that while such accusations cannot be ignored and must be addressed with appropriate diligence, players and teams also deserve the right to concentrate on their performance and careers without the weight of unresolved social controversy hanging over them. Indeed, the timing of the WNBA's decision was critical, coming just hours before the Fever and Sky returned to the court, symbolizing a full-circle moment in the aftermath of an emotionally charged encounter. The league's ruling marked an end to one chapter but also opened the door for ongoing reflection within professional sports about how to handle future claims of misconduct, particularly those involving sensitive social issues such as race, gender, and athlete-fan interactions. In recent years, the WNBA has positioned itself at the forefront of social justice, becoming a leading voice among professional leagues when it comes to equity, player advocacy, and community engagement. This ethos was evident throughout the league's approach to the investigation. By handling the situation promptly and communicating clearly, the WNBA sought to reassure players, fans, and the broader public that any claims of racism or inappropriate fan conduct would never be swept under the rug, nor would they be assumed without substantiation. Importantly, this commitment to due process didn't mean the league dismissed concerns out of hand. It simply meant that without evidence, it could not deliver disciplinary actions or publicly condemn individuals or groups, especially in a charged and highly visible setting. The Fever and the Sky, while competitors on the court, were united in this moment by a mutual understanding of how isolated narratives, especially those tied to race and gender, can spiral in the media landscape, particularly when involving players like Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Both players entered the WNBA surrounded by immense fanfare and equally immense scrutiny, representing polarizing yet highly marketable images of modern female athletes. Clark, widely hailed as a generational talent with unmatched court vision and scoring range, is often perceived as a symbol of the league's commercial rise, while Reese, a dominant force in the paint and an outspoken personality off the court, has built her brand on fearlessness and authenticity. That their first few matchups in the WNBA have involved hard fouls, heated exchanges, and dramatic media coverage is not entirely surprising, but it has placed both athletes under a microscope. The WNBA, already navigating unprecedented levels of attention and expectation, must now also grapple with the reality that its rising stars are lightning rods for both celebration and controversy. Within that landscape, the roles of coaches like Tyler Marsh become even more complex. Marsh, leading a young and rebuilding Chicago Sky team, has had to balance team development with player welfare amid high-pressure storylines. His public comments reflect a strategic tone acknowledging the seriousness of the allegations, expressing faith in the league's processes, and then quickly pivoting back to basketball priorities. It's a difficult tightrope to walk, especially for first-year coaches or interim staff who are still establishing authority and team culture. Likewise, the Fever organization, bolstered by the arrival of Clark and a renewed sense of identity, worked hard to build a fan base that is enthusiastic yet respectful. Their clear and confident statement following the league's ruling reinforced their stance that racism or hate speech has no place in the arena, echoing the league's broader values and sending a message that the integrity of the game and safety of its participants will always be paramount. The entire episode, while ultimately resolved without evidence of wrongdoing, illustrates the challenges modern sports leagues face in the era of instantaneous reaction, viral content, and growing social consciousness. Even unverified claims, once amplified, can take on a life of their own, shaping public perception and demanding official responses. The WNBA's experience here can serve as a model for other leagues. Act quickly, investigate thoroughly, communicate clearly, and reaffirm core values of respect and inclusion. For the players, particularly Reese and Clark, the hope now is that the spotlight shifts more to their game than to the narratives around them. Yet even as the game goes on, the lessons from this incident will continue to influence how the WNBA, its teams, and its community respond to future incidents. Whether it's through improved fan education, enhanced arena security, or proactive communication strategies, the goal remains the same: ensure that the league remains a place where athletes can perform at their best, free from abuse, and where fans can engage passionately but respectfully. With each season, the stakes grow higher, not just in terms of wins and losses, but in how the league handles the immense responsibility of